Hey everyone, my name is Eric. This is Blessed and Bookmarked. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a quick update video about all the books that I have been reading recently and just kind of spending time with. I'm kind of in between reviews right now and I don't want to rush out a video for the sake of just posting content and just kind of do a terrible job at the review. So I'm going to leave off a full review for next week. Instead, what I'm going to do today is just share with you the books that I've been engaged with recently that have really got me thinking about certain things or I've just been enjoying. Some of these might turn into full, longer, more detailed reviews, but most of them probably won't. But all of them are kind of sticking with me in one way or another, so I wanted to share them with you and kind of give you that little update. The first book is Lectures to My Students by Charles Spurgeon. This is one of the books that I had on my TBR list for this channel. And so I was really excited to get to this book. It's been sitting on my desk for the longest time and I've heard so many great things about it and I wanted to pick it up and read it. And so I have been. And one thing that's super clear in this book is Spurgeon's passion for preaching and for ministry. His love for the church just really shines in the seriousness with which he takes being in that pastor position. This book is super deep and I keep finding myself just stopping every few pages just to highlight something or to write something down or take notes or really just start to think about what he said. But some of it is even jarring, like things that I hadn't thought of before, or maybe I just disagree with him. Again, I don't want to rush this because I know that this book is going to be a review that I post next week. Yeah, so that's why I haven't been able to finish this book yet, because I keep finding myself having to stop and think and write and reflect. So there's a lot that's going on with this book, and so it's taking longer than I expected. The next book that I'm listening to is actually an audiobook, and it is the fourth book in the Wheel of Time series. The title is The Shadow Rising. Now, I do have the first three books in paperback, and as you can tell, these are not small books. Robert Jordan started this series, and some of these books get really long, over 600 pages. But they're great. I really have been enjoying this series, and I know that it's gained some popularity back again, mostly because Amazon picked it up. I tried to give the show a chance. I watched a few episodes with my wife, but we weren't really impressed with it, and we thought that some of the creative choices really changed the characters down to their core, so I just stopped watching it. But the series itself is a fantastic series. One of the reasons that I picked up this series in the first place was because, again, I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan. I've read the book several times. I even have 2 videos on the Lord of the Rings here on my channel. But I wanted to branch out, partly because I wanted to learn more about the fantasy genre, but also because I've been writing a fantasy novel myself. So I wanted to branch out a bit and kind of explore the genre more. So for those of you who are not familiar with this series, it's called the Wheel of Time series. And like I said, they're really big books, and there are 14 of these. So it's quite an undertaking, and from what I hear, the series kind of sags a little bit in the middle and then picks back up once Brandon Sanderson finishes it after Robert Jordan passed away. And it kind of follows the lives of these kids who live in this small, quiet farm town. One particular kid, Randolph Thor, kind of has this hero story arc that he's going on, and it's all leading to this big cosmic battle between light and dark, good and evil. So none of that is super original, but the world feels real, and I really enjoy these books so far. So I'm reading the 4th one in the series. I got 10 more to go after that, but that I'm listening to in audiobook form. And I get that fantasy is not for everyone. There is violence and a magic system and all those things. If those are your convictions, hey, live them out. But I think that these books offer a great way of exploring things like choice and responsibility and corruption and hope. So those things I think are all important to the Christian faith as well. The next 2 books that I got came from the Logos Bible software. This is a great platform that anyone can use to study the Bible, and they have free and premium subscription plans. Every month, Logos gives away free books. And since recently I've been reading a little bit more about church leadership and ecclesiology, I thought it was great that I had a free book from them that was about that. So I'm reading this one on the app that they have on my Kindle, and it is great. It's called Church Elders, How to Shepherd God's People Like Jesus by Jeramie Rinne, I think is how you pronounce his name. And this book is part of the 9 Marks series. These are all very short books. that, while small, pack a punch, and they're really kind of hyper laser focused on a specific thing. And this one is about church leadership. Interestingly enough, I got this one as the free offering for the Logos Español, or the Spanish version. So I'm reading this book in Spanish. And being bilingual pays off because I get to take advantage of their free books in English and Spanish as well. And I've been kind of trying to challenge myself to do that because I know all these like terms and phrases in English, but my church is a Spanish speaking church. So sometimes I find that there's a little bit of a disconnect there. So trying to read more in Spanish is a great thing for me. The other book that I'm reading from Logos is a daily devotional, and it's called Evenings with Tozer. A.W. Tozer is one of my favorite writers, and it's a very simple and clean, easily structured, just one kind of reflection for the evening that I read. It comes with a Bible passage, and I'm really liking it. I like its straightforward nature, and Tozer is just amazing. Like, his sentences just hit. They're very clear but profound at the same time, and so I'm really enjoying reading this devotional for this year. If anyone is curious about how I use Logos Bible software for my sermon prep, my Bible studies, or just my personal study, I can create a video on my channel. I just want to let me know in the comments if that's something that you're interested in. I would post that video on my second YouTube channel, which is Blessed Bible Study. I'll leave a link in the description if you're interested in that. And I can show you guys around about how I personally use Logos to dive deep into the word. If that's something you're interested in, let me know, and follow the link after this video to go and subscribe there. And I'll also leave a link in case you want to check out Logos for yourself. I know they have one of those referral programs, so there's a link down in the description, and you'll get your first 30 days for free and $10 off your first purchase if you want to buy any additional books to add on. So if that's something you're interested in, there's a link in the description down below. And the last book that I want to talk about today is this collection of poems by Robert Frost. Back in my undergrad days, I really got into poetry. I loved reading it. I loved writing it. I even had a few poems get published in a literary magazine. I was even writing Christian spoken word poems when that was a thing a few years ago. But over time, I kind of drifted away from it. And I'm an English teacher. Poetry just became this thing that I kind of teach instead of really sit back and enjoy and think about. So I decided to start reading this collection of poetry again, because why not go to one of the greats like Robert Frost? And honestly, like, sitting down and just reading one of these poems a day and really thinking about it feels like I'm starting to stretch those muscles again and just really kind of get back into the rhythm of that. Not just as an English teacher, but as a reader and a writer as well. It's something that I feel like it's really helping me kind of get back into that groove. If you like poetry, let me know. If you like Robert Frost, let me know which one of his poems is your favorite. So yeah, those are all the books that I'm reading right now, either in physical form or in an e-reader form or an audiobook form. Let me know what your favorite way of reading is, whether it's physical, e-reader, or an audio. Thanks for spending some time here. If any of these books feel interesting to you, or you want to pick up a copy of them, I'll leave links to them down below. There are affiliate links, so at no extra cost to you, you'd be supporting this channel if you use those links to buy those books. If you found any value in this video whatsoever, or you just enjoyed spending your time here, make sure you leave a like. That would mean the world to me. Or leave me a comment. That's even better. And if you haven't subscribed, this is a place where we talk about books, specifically Christian books, and how they can help us grow in our journey with God. Thanks for spending your time here. My name is Eric. Stay blessed and bookmarked.